The copyright. Cool, man. What is up, people? Damn, it feels so good to be back, man. Shit. So I bet some of you guys are wondering why we're doing this on live today. Well, I had a very busy weekend with it being my first weekend out of work. Everybody kind of wanted to celebrate on this huge historic moment. So that was absolutely exciting. Not only that, yesterday just I don't know, it's just a nice relaxed day, man. Had some time with my little dude, had a migraine for a little bit, so we got rid of that. Slept a bit, but tonight I will be working on the completely new video format. So that'll be exciting, man. We'll be doing that SmackDown review on the new format, dude. I am so freaking excited to show you guys these new videos. They should be absolutely exciting, man. Looks like we're coming through halfway decent on here, so that's always something positive. But real quick, let me share this real quick so you people can actually know I'm on here. All right, so everything's shared. With that being said, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Graphics Flam. If you guys aren't following this dude on YouTube or Twitter, what are you doing? That's spelled GLAFIXFLAM. My man is doing amazing work, guys. So go ahead and just check him out on every platform. Not only with that, huge shout out to you guys, man. We just got our monthly report for how the YouTube numbers looked, and we cannot thank you guys enough, man. You guys are amazing fans, and I love you guys so much, man. You guys are just the best. So as you can see, yeah, this is my torn up couch. This is, just the living room. We're just hanging out. We're just gonna hang out, do this review tonight. So why waste any more time, man? Let's go ahead and talk about last night's Monday Night Raw. So overall, man, I was very disappointed with the show last night. Thought we could have done a lot more with the storylines we have currently as we move towards Extreme Rules. Not only that, I think we could have set up a lot more storylines for the future. Instead, I think the WWE played it safe and uncreative last night. So once again, we get the show kicking off with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, I'll give him some credit. Semi-decent promo. I mean, it wasn't absolutely horrible. It's just, I've had enough. My problem with him, man, is first he starts by saying he never thought he would lose to the Revival. Why not? They're fantastic. And I don't want to take anything away from him. He absolutely gave them their credit. But you're already shitting on the Revival to start the show. That's not a good way for you to go. And then you don't even take responsibility for the loss. And it being your ego, the reason you guys lost last week. Instead, you want to throw the blame at Bobby Lashley. And you call Bobby Lashley an egomaniac when realistically, dude, you're the freaking egomaniac. We can all see this. You question Bobby about believing in himself and believing that he could be the man going forward, which he should believe that way. Maybe not all of us see him as that role, but he should believe that. He should want nothing less. But then you proclaim to say that it's because you're the man. And this is where it gets frustrating, man. And we got to deal with you over and over and over and over again, Roman. Like, chill the hell out, dude. We know you're Vince's dude. We know you're Vince's boy. No ifs, ands, or buts. You need to chill out. Now, if you're building the heel role right now, fine. I don't think this is the best way to go about this. I think the best way to go about that would be some kind of turn on Seth Rollins. But if you want to do that, fine. I will take that. I will take this for that because it leads somewhere. But for me right now, it's just building him as an egomaniac. So, I mean, if you want to keep him on this babyface push, you're never going to get anywhere with what you're doing right now. I mean, you're never going to get anywhere to begin with, but you're never going to get anywhere with how you're trying to run him at this current moment, which is not good, man. I don't enjoy it at all. Thank God we get Roman Reigns interrupted by Dolph Ziggler at this point. Dolph Ziggler comes out and he confronts Roman Reigns about everything I just talked about. Roman Reigns is the egomaniac. He's the one who calls it his yard. And that it's really funny hearing Roman call somebody else out about the things Roman's doing. To me, it reminds me of one of those situations where you get mad at somebody, but realistically, you're getting mad at them because you see parts of yourself in them and you're just not willing to admit that's the issue with you. You're just not willing to confront those issues. That's how I felt about this part. Roman gets beat down by Dolphin Drew. Absolutely, always just enjoy watching Roman get beat down. Seth comes out to save him. We go to commercial break. We come back. We get Seth and Roman talking to Kurt Angle. While they're having their discussion, all they are talking about they want is the revival. Or Dolphin Drew. Kurt Angle reminds Roman Reigns that he has a tag match tonight with Bobby Lashley against the revival. Roman keeps throwing his hissy fit. He gets his way. He gets 2 tag matches in one night. Why? Why? I don't want to see him in one. Like, for some reason, nowadays on wrestling, we must see all our top superstars week in and week out. For some reason, it's hard for us to see them step away for a little bit if they're not injured, just to get out of the spotlight and kind of give us a cool down. But instead of doing something like this with Roman, and then who knows, maybe he comes back and he gets that pop because he's been gone and people actually miss him and want to see him. Instead of getting something organic along those lines, we decide to throw him in 2 matches in one night. So we decide to feed the audience double the Roman Reigns. These things I don't understand. These things I really wonder a lot of the times. These are very frustrating ideas by the creative department. Let's feel inspired and improve these. These are not hard things to improve, but we make them seem like they're the hardest things in the world to ever get changed when they shouldn't be. Then we get Matt Hardy coming down to the ring, and he's alone. At this moment, I'm like, shit, I'm about to get back to back fantasy losses from Matt Hardy. The match itself was actually pretty decent. Thought Axel and Matt did well in the ring together. It was a decent first match of the show. Before the match, the B team gives a promo. And we don't get coughing the whole promo this time. It's actually good. They end up singing. He's got the whole world in his hands. I was very entertained by this part. The match itself was good. But for me, I didn't want to see Kurt Axel in it again. And that's not just for well, obviously, because either way, I thought Matt was losing since he was alone. I would have liked to seen Bo Dallas take on Matt, and then they could have both had a win against Matt Hardy, at least half the tag team. So it left some question that, damn, we know they can both beat Matt Hardy. Now, can they beat them as a pair? Just build more to the storyline. Instead, you blow it. We see a repeat of last week, Axel versus Matt Hardy. There's a distraction on the apron by Bo Dallas. Hardy pays his attention over there. When he reverts his attention back to Curtis Axel, he goes to doing the move in the ring. While Axel's in the corner, Matt Hardy goes to do a move, overshoots it, hits his head on the back of the turnbuckle. Face plant and a 1-2-3. Curtis Axel walks away the winner. Congratulations to Curtis Axel. Don't want to take anything away from you. You guys know I'm on this B team train, but you're just making Matt look weak right now. Matt looking extremely weak. Hope whatever's going on with Bray. Heard he was injured this past weekend. Hope he's okay. It actually seems like this past weekend was the injury weekend. It seems like a lot of people actually got injured. So shout out to everyone who got injured and hope you all recover quickly. We love you guys on this program. This is part of my frustration. This is part of why last night was just garbage. we see a repeat match from the week before. See, even my idea of having Bo go in there and then they both end up beating Matt shows they can destroy one side. Can they destroy both? Especially when it's combined. I think that would have went a lot more with this. Instead, you just take this opportunity, you make it fall flat. Hell, I'd rather even seen a handicap match with them winning. Just something along those lines. Now we finally get another Roman storyline segment. Now, this part doesn't involve Roman. It's actually Bobby Lashley. And he calls out Roman, man. He says he's the egomaniac. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. Let me recorrect myself. It's both of them in this segment. And they're talking, and Bobby Lashley is telling him, like, no, dude, you're the freaking egomaniac, man. You're the one who already knew he had a match, took on a second match. And if we lose tonight, that's on you. And I get the point of being the man. But throughout history in the WWE, the man has always understood that in a tag match, he needs that partner. Now we're in this age of, if I don't like you, I could do it on my own. At least if I lose trying on my own, which is stupid. That's even a worse defeat. That looks bad on your record than if you would at least made the tag and tried to show some unity and came up with the loss. I just don't understand where the WWE is going with this, why they're doing it this way. And what this is really doing is just really building more pop for Lashley, and it's not even that much. It's just because everybody wants to see Roman get his ass kicked, other than you Roman fanboys out there. And I know there's going to be Roman fanboys on here watching this, and I still love you guys. I appreciate you for watching my programming. But let me ask you, why should we see him twice in one night? What kind of sense does that make at all? It makes absolutely none. There's no reason we should see him. Shit. I mean, hold on. Let's see how many segments we seen him in right now. The opening, the one with Lashley, 2 matches. Is that it? Is it only 4 segments? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so we seen him in 4 segments in a 2-hour show. We literally seen Roman Reigns kick off the second and third hour, which is absolute trash. Absolute trash, man. That is a disappointment what we seen. But anyways, I don't want to get too far off the topic. I mean, we could talk about Roman more when we get to his matches. Now, here's another thing. Totally pissed me off. It's funny. I went in the kitchen. Little man's out here playing, watching some wrestling. Which, dang, shout out to my little man, little JG. He is definitely finding his wrestling groove. So that's pretty exciting that I get to share that with him. But I'm in the kitchen. I'm starting to cook dinner, starting to boil the noodles, so something I could still come back out here, take notes, do my thing while dinner's preparing. While I'm doing this, I hear we get the friend segment between Sasha. Okay, so let me get this straight. Sasha and Bailey are going to friends therapy, counseling, like we've seen numerous times before, with the dude I could care a less about, and which makes it feel like a fucking joke. Why? Are you trying to kill this storyline? I don't want to see them tag up. So if this had a Team Hell No ending, I would lose my goddamn mind. This was trash. This was wasted in multiple portions of this show last night. Why? I don't want to see them rehash their relationship. They have issues. Sometimes the best thing for friends to do is just fight that shit out. But no, instead, we get another wasted moment. Why are we watching the same recycled garbage we've seen years ago with the team when it was semi-decent then? That wasn't the entertaining part of the Team Hell No. It was how dysfunctional they were. These are two extremely talented women who hate. We all agree Bayley needs this heel turn. Sasha doesn't need shit. She's hot. She just needs the WWE to get behind her. Let this blonde goddess era go, and let's get behind somebody else. Let's give new people opportunities, chances. You never know. When you don't give other people the strap, then you never know how much of a boom they could add to your goddamn division. So instead, we get this bullshit, this friends aspect. And it's funny because last week we just seen the reuniting of Team Hell No, who gets an automatic title shot. Yes, I get different show, but same goddamn idea. And it pisses me off. If you wanted to do this with the theory of having a therapist, first off, get the fucking comedy. Sorry, I promised myself I wouldn't do this. Get the comedy act therapist dude out of there. Get somebody that just fits the role looking like a real therapist. Have them go to actual counseling, not look like idiots. Let them start talking out their issues, starting to come to an agreement, come to actually maybe resolving the issues. But then we circle back to the event at the Elimination Chamber when Sasha turned her back when she had the opportunity to tag up on Bliss. She turned her back on Bayley. We could bring that up, and then we can start to bring it up week by week. All the dysfunctional things that have happened between these two. And then when we get to the last one, which was the tag match, then we can go ahead and have these two just totally explode, ruin the office. And that's if you wanted to do it with the therapist. Do it with the real gimmick, not this cheesy same therapist bullshit we've seen before. Garbage. Garbage. Get rid of it. Trash it before you continue it. Let's get these women to continue this amazing storyline they already had built. And then you just set it back 3 steps last night with these crappy segments with Sasha and Bayley and the dude that was we seen with Team Hell No. Garbage, trash, done. So hopefully they just go back to what we need to see. Sasha and Bayley kicking each other's asses. Let's get these women to one of them with the strap so we could see them in a championship match in a Hell in a Cell later down the line. That's where these women need to build to. Now, nice to see Authors of Pain consistently on TV. Very nice to see them last night. They went up against Titus Worldwide. It was a squash match. There's not much to talk about here. They just look absolutely amazing. AOP hits the last chapter. 1, 2, 3. It's a wrap. These boys are going to be huge, huge in that tag team division going forward. Really excited. Really excited about the possibilities of them carrying the strap. They were meant for those straps. I honestly, sitting here, I can't think of a team off the top of my head that would beat them, that would have any shot of winning in a tag championship match against these two. Now, we get to our first tag match of the night, which is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns versus your IC champ, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. Honestly, got to say it, I thought the match itself was very good. But my issue with it is this match shouldn't have existed last night. All this match was a setup for the Revival to come down, interfere, and destroy Roman Reigns. Awesome. Freaking awesome, dude. So it already lets me know there's going to be questions as we move forward in the night to our second of his tag matches. I don't get it, man. This dude was getting beat down so bad, the fans were chanting one more time because they wanted to keep seeing it. The universe is telling you they don't want to see this, so you give us double dose. This is how motherfuckers have heart attacks. Excuse my language. This is how people have heart attacks. I almost had a damn near heart attack last night. I at least wanted to see some kind of a actual finish to this match. I thought a cool way you could have done it, what he would have won this, lost the one with Lashley, And then that's where Lashley's issues come in. But instead, we get a DQ. The Revival beat his ass. Drew beats his ass. Ziggler beats his dude. He got his ass beat. Now, we move to the segment with Constable Baron Corbin. Absolutely love the work he's been doing. Once again, I think it was one of his lesser promos since he's became the Constable, but it wasn't bad. So I don't want to perceive it as bad. It was very, very entertaining. He just talks about how he's here to help everybody, how he's here to help people get opportunities they've never had before, how he's here to help Kurt Angle be a better Raw GM. He is just here to help. And there's one superstar on the roster that doesn't seem to want help, and that's Mr. Finn Balor himself. Finn comes out. Baron wants Finn to apologize to Baron. Baron takes the bigger role and actually apologizes to Finn first. Finn just feels he doesn't need to apologize at all for anything and proceeds to just make fun of the whole situation, make very light of it. I was entertained, but at the same time, I gotta say, I agree with Baron on this. He pulled him out of the ring to have a nice little discussion. Instead, he hit him too hard. He can't help that he's the bigger man. He's stronger, and it hurt Finn, and Finn's still mad about it. But Finn couldn't find it in himself to give him a real apology. Every time he gave him an apology, there was just something on the end of it. He even apologized for whoever gave Baron his haircut, which I don't know why he's apologizing for that. I enjoy it. He looks better with this than the long hair. Let's be honest. When you have a receding hairline and you're starting to bald and you have this long hair, it kind of looks ridiculous, man. To me, it just reminds me of people who are stuck in the 80s and don't want to leave it ever. Which isn't a horrible thing. I'm not saying it's not a good look on everybody. It's just Baron's better now. Finn Balor gets the upper hand. Then he shows Baron that he's not a little punk. I know this is leading to something between these two, but is it something everybody really wants to see? Why is Finn never really in title contention? Why does he never? Now, I'm not saying he doesn't get opportunities, but hear me out. He gets opportunities, but he doesn't get actual build and a push at even believing he's going to win those opportunities. Now, before WrestleMania, we had a little bit of an entertaining segment where Finn was getting a little bit of what looked like a push, but since then, it's like he's just completely fallen off. And it's not that the work he's not doing is great. I just don't want to see him in this position. I want to see him around that IC championship belt. I want to see him somewhere around that storyline. I don't want to see Finn lose ground. It's like every time we build ground with Finn Balor, the WWE starts to go backwards with him. And then we got to rebuild it all again. Then they go backwards with him. And I know the first time it's because the injury, or else he would have been the Universal Champion. But let's be honest. How long do you think that reign was really going to last? Do you think the plans were really for him to keep it or to start moving it around? For me, I think it was time to start moving it around. So really just disappointed with the creative's idea for Finn Balor recently. Not excited about that at all. We get a backstage segment with Elias. Feel like we haven't seen Elias actually perform in forever. Just always feels like that way. I think Elias should be a part of every show. He's one person that I don't mind seeing week to week because it's not a lot of wrestling we see. It's just a lot of in-ring performances that lead to breakdowns. But we see the Riot Squad minus Ruby Riot coming through last night. They throw down a fence. I don't know, try to show some fake tough guyism. Then we get a match. Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan. Good match. To be honest with you, might have been my favorite match of the night last night. You guys know how I feel about Ember Moon. This woman's absolutely amazing. That Eclipse finisher. You take my nostalgia of the stunner and you upgrade it with a flip with the that's nasty. That's nasty. The way it comes off, just so good. Ember Moon wins by Eclipse 1, 2, 3. These ladies actually put on a nice little match tonight. So I don't want to do them any disservices. I actually thought, wow, this is my favorite match that I've seen Liv Morgan wrestle in. So I'm gonna recommend this is my match of the night, and you guys actually take time, go out and watch this, and then come back. Let us know what you think. For me, like I said, really good. I don't want to sell it short at all, so I don't even really want to talk about it because sometimes, even though I might say a match is good, I can get kind of negative with it. Now we get our second dosage, fourth dosage. I don't. We get the overwhelming amount of Roman Reigns in his second match of the evening. Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley versus the Revival. Bobby getting his ass kicked. Or sorry, Roman's getting his ass kicked. Whole match. Roman does the ugliest famouser I've ever seen. Like, dude, this dude has no athletic ability. I seen it last night when he hit that famouser. There was no elevation to it. I'm 36 and out of shape as hell, and I could have got higher than that. We didn't see Lashley. Roman was too prideful to make the tag, and it ends up costing him. Technically, he wins by disqualification, but he gets his ass kicked by the Revival. And I mean, gets his ass kicked. Again, we literally had both of his matches in with the Revival beating his ass. Not entertaining. Not entertaining at all. What is this a setup for? What? Like, I don't get this. Like, the storyline's supposed to be between Bobby. Storyline's supposed to be between Bobby and Roman Reigns. But yet the Revival's full 100% in the middle of this. So what I have fear of is that at Extreme Rules, the Revival's actually going to jump in, interfere, and this is going to continue with us seeing more of Bobby and Roman together. And this is going to be some kind of a storyline where Roman needs to learn to get over his own pride because he actually needs Bobby to beat the Revival. I don't know. All I'm saying is I wouldn't have a problem next week if there's no Roman Reigns, but it's the go home show, so we're definitely going to see Roman Reigns. But I mean, I don't know. Come out of that first Raw after pay per view, and just no Roman Reigns, please. I don't even care win, lose, draw, don't care. Just no Roman Reigns, please. I just need a little bit of a. I just need a little bit of a breather, man. It's tough. It's tough. But he did wrestle pretty decent in that first match, so let's give it to him there. All right, another match that I gotta say, last night I actually felt the women stole the show. The two best matches of the night were by the women. We get Mickie James with Alexa, accompanied to the ring by Alexa Bliss with Nia Jax. First off, Natty call or Nia smart. She brings out Natty with her. Smart move. Natty is one of the prettiest women in the WWE. Like I follow her on Instagram or sorry, Twitter, but a lot of people I know also follow her and retweet that stuff, her pictures and things. And that woman is gorgeous. These cat ears have got to go. This clothing she wears, it's got to go, man. This like whoever just keeps agreeing with her that her attire is good for her, why? It is not. That was just a little quick nitpick I noticed last night, feeling during the match. For me, Lady stole the show last night. This is the second best match of the night for me. But with that said, I don't feel Nia's learning. I feel Nia's been very stagnant and stale lately. There's no real improvement to her in-ring ability. And for me, that's just kind of disappointing. Mickie James looks great as always. It's not that Nia was bad. She was good. It's just I want to see continual and gradual improvement. When I'm not seeing it, that's when it gets frustrating. That was frustrating last night. It wasn't there. But with that being said, like I said, it was a good match. Mickey goes for a spinning heel hook or heel kick. Nia catches her leg, power slams her. Mickey James kicks out. Power bombs her, and that power bomb is so beast. Like, I don't know. To me, I think that should be her finisher because she's so massive. I think it does more damage than the Samoa drop, but somehow the Samoa drops the finisher. I don't know. But Nia wins by Samoa drop, 1, 2, 3. Once again, I don't really want to break this down because there are a lot of points I want to nitpick on Nia in this. But with that being said, it was the second best match of the night, and I don't want to sell these ladies short at all. If you guys would like to go watch that one as well. It was very good. Now, we get what I absolutely love. KO. KO's on fire right now. I love the work that he's doing with Braun. I love the fact he's working with Braun. I just didn't like how last night went. Earlier in the night, we get KO. He approaches Kurt Angle with propositions so he doesn't have to take on Braun later this evening for this match. And he tries to even offer Shania Twain tickets with watching Angle's kids. Angle ain't having it. He's like, this match is going down. We see KO a little later in the evening, and he is actually trying to meditate with Jinder Mahal, which cracked me up. I'm like, why would you learn meditation from Jinder? That's like a high-strung dude right there. And KO tells Renee that he wants this match. After thinking about it, he wants it. He wants to shock the world. This is where that ended. By the time this match started, it was about 9:55 my time, maybe even a little after that. I know about 10 minutes left of Raw. Something, it's going to be quick. Whatever this is, it's going to be rushed. We get KO, goes to the ring, does his thing. Love it. Strong Braun comes out. Braun enters the ring. They act like they're going to go at it. KO too smart. Slides out, knows he'll just take a count out. When he does this, he runs to the back. At the very beginning of the night, he had parked his car set up so you can know he could take off when he was done with this match. He can't find his keys. His dumbass decides to go hide in a porta potty. Braun comes out, can't find him. He's going back in the arena. And then, he gets one of them second, like, hold on, could he be in the porta potty? Lo and behold, this motherfucker's in the porta potty. Braun knocks on the door, changes his voice. Anyone in there? KO's like, go away, not now. Braun knows, grabs duct tape, tapes up the porta potty. And like a beast, he literally drags the porta potty with Kevin Owens all the way back inside the arena, which was a nice long mission. I mean, it had to have been about a minute or two he was walking. Sets him up on the edge of the stage, fakes like he's going to, shove it over, thinks about it, walks away. Then he has that second, well, we already know he's going to do it, for fuck's sake. He just goes, hauls ass right at the porta potty, shoves it off. First off, we know it was a clean porta potty. Nobody looked like they were holding their nose at all to play off that KO was even in a porta potty. Let alone, we couldn't even see one fake turd anywhere. Instead, we seen KO covered in the blue guap at the bottom. No. All right, I'm going to do this shout out. I wanted to specifically avoid this. Give me a second. Let me finish this, and then I'll give this shout out reveal that I didn't even want to talk about. All right, so KO's covered in the blue, and they announced that Braun won with the countout. Thank God, because I needed those fantasy points last night from Braun. So thank you, Braun. Matt, thank you for once again costing me another fantasy night. KO looked pretty hurt, but we'll find out more later. I want to see where they progress with this. At any point, will Braun's Monster in the Bank briefcase be on the line? That would be absolutely entertaining to see. Now, I wanted to totally avoid this because I'm still irritated, but I will give 24/7 hip hop credit. Mojo actually did look impressive last night. We get a segment last night where No Way Jose comes out with the conga line first. They go down to the ring. They're doing their thing. Mojo Rawley comes out. Instead of actually getting in the ring, He attacks one to the conga line. Being the man that he is, No Way Jose comes down. He tries to stop Mojo. Well, unfortunately, that wasn't happening. And I do have to agree, this is probably the best segment I've seen with Mojo because there was no talking. The focal point he actually told a story. The focal point was the back. That freaking elevated, oh my God, that elevated flapjack to the apron was intense. I have to say that left me squeamish and cringing for a moment. So big shout out to 24/7 Hip Hop for reminding me about that. Mojo actually did look entertaining. But with that being said, I'm going to see a lot more Mojo, and I just don't want him on the mic. When he's on the mic, it kills me. If he was just purely a dude that didn't talk and was intense, he'd be one of the best out there. He could be a version of Brock Lesnar, something very similar. But if the mic stays in his hand, he's not going to get as far as he could. But with that being said, guys, man, I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to mess around so I can make these awesome ass videos going forward. And I look forward to seeing you guys later. But with that being said, as always, guys, kick ass, take names, and peace.